back to the SUPES channel. My name is Matt Ramos, and on this channel I am to entertain, inform, and inspire using the topic of the discussion as always, which is superheroes! Guys, I just posted my review on Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I'm still going to be making videos on that because I'm just so passionate about that movie, continuing to break it all down and talk with you guys about it. But because of the day and age we live in, Marvel's popping off, DC's popping off, and now it's time to talk about what Marvel's been putting out this week, which is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Because of the love and support you guys have shown me, Disney has noticed, Marvel has noticed, and they sent me the first episode for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I got the chance to watch it. So today, I'm going to review it and break it all down without any spoilers. Well, if you're new to my channel, welcome, and consider hitting that subscribe button and hitting that bell notification on my channel to get notified when these videos come up. Now it's time to talk about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, my initial reaction after watching this first episode was that this is no WandaVision. No, this isn't a show where we're gonna have to wait until we get to like the classic MCU style thriller. This show starts as that MCU style thriller, and the opening of the show, this show opens up in the most epic way you can possibly imagine, and without giving any spoilers, we see action for a particular character, and it's the greatest action we've ever seen for this character. It's just, the opening sets the tone for the action that is going to be involved in the show. This show also takes place 6 months after the events of Avengers Endgame, and it's interesting to see where Bucky and Sam are post-Endgame. You know, this episode really takes a deep dive into their individual lives, and one thing that really surprised me is that it's more slow-paced than I thought. They're taking their time with the story. I thought this show was going to be super fast-paced, and I'm sure we'll get there within the coming episodes, but in this first episode, they really take their time. They focus on the characters. They really give Bucky and Sam that spotlight that they've never had in the MCU, and we get to dive deep into Sam's life, not as an Avenger, but as Sam. Same thing with Bucky. Where's Bucky now that Steve isn't around? He's not on Wakanda. Now, we're finally getting to see Bucky take a moment to just breathe and deal with his mental health and his PTSD from being the Winter Soldier, and the sins of his past are catching up to him, and it's making for the most compelling arc. To be honest, I'm more interested in Bucky's arc than I am in Sam's arc as human beings. As Avengers, they're badass, and we're gonna see that over the course of the show. But as regular people, I'm more interested in seeing where Bucky's arc goes as he continues to deal with his mental health, and the fact that Marvel's addressing that in the show is something that I applaud them for, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Now, one of the interesting things about Sam and his role in the show is something we knew going into the show, is that the mantle of Captain America is going to be one of the most pivotal parts of the entire series. And we see those elements in this episode. That seems to be the most compelling arc for Sam, and we're going to see him deal with the mantle of Captain America. We saw a little bit of that in this episode, but with the way the episode ends, we're going to see more of that in the coming episodes, and it's become personal for Sam. Like, the fact that Steve chose him to pass down the shield to means something to Sam, and you know, there's kind of hints of like Thor's arc across the MCU, where Thor at times has felt unworthy of wielding Mjolnir. Now, we see Sam at a point where he kind of feels unworthy of being the next Captain America. But of course, we're gonna see that over the course of the series, so I'm excited to see how Sam develops as a character over the course of these next 6 episodes. Now, another one of the key standouts is that they focused on this particular group. I don't want to give anything away, but they focused on this particular group in this episode, and we're going to see this group develop over the course of the next 5 episodes. And yeah, all I'm going to say is that after Endgame, we're still in this show. We're going to deal with a ton of the events post-snap, like during the blip, and a lot of how the things came back after Endgame, after Hulk snapped. So we're starting to see a lot of those repercussions from those major events in the MCU. We're starting to see those repercussions in this show, and I'm glad that Marvel's actually addressing that in this show, because we didn't really see that in Spider-Man Far From Home. We didn't even see that in WandaVision, but now we're starting to see the repercussions of the events of Infinity War and Endgame in the real world with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I enjoyed that. So overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the first episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Again, this episode really gave spotlight to both Bucky and Sam, a spotlight that they've never had. So it was so interesting to see them in their daily lives as regular human beings, dealing with their own internal struggles. So now, moving forward, I'm excited to see where they take the show when it comes to the mantle of the Captain America, Bucky's PTSD. It's all gonna heat up, and in terms of action, Like, I'm just so excited to see more of the action, because from the little bit we saw in this episode and with the way the show opened up, it's going to be some of the best action we've ever seen in the entire MCU. So let me know what you guys are most excited to see in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier in the comment section down below. Guys, I'm so excited to be hosting the watch parties for this series. I was talking about it with my friend yesterday. Like, it feels like these past 2 weeks have just been like vacation, and now we're back and we're going on tour for these next 6 weeks for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I'm gonna be hosting the first episode watch party this Friday as soon as the episodes drop on Disney+. If you joined us for the WandaVision watch parties, you guys know the drill. We host these watch parties at like 3 in the morning if you're on the East Coast, midnight if you're on the West Coast, and we just come together early in the morning to watch these episodes as soon as they drop on Disney+, and then we break it all down. So make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification on my channel to get notified when these watch parties happen and when these videos come out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys 3000, and I'll see you guys next time.